Hello everybody, and welcome to another Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai online battle. This is going to be a 3v3 thought on Floodplains. This is actually a cast submitted to me by Magicon, Groin Baggage, and a random opponent, random ally Chikara Chi against XYPMA4, Pip-Boy, and Fable4. So this is played on Floodplain, guys. I have not watched this replay prior to this, so I'll be just as surprised as you are in this, so I'm just going to be adding my feedback to this replay, and we'll see how this goes. Alright, so we're going to put this in slow motion since this is a 3v3, so I can announce everyone's armies. So, Magicon has brought 2 units of Yarikai on his flank. He has brought, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of Black Bear Infantry, 2 units of Spear Levy, guessing to guard his backside. And then there his general is Attila the Khan. Looks like this is the battle fought on small unit size, since his units only have 50 men apiece. The center unit, this is Chikara Chi. His army consists of 2 units of Yariki, no, 3 units of Yariki, excuse me. He's got a unit of Yarikachi in the woods. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Black Bear Infantry. He's got a unit of Infantry de Marine. These are the Red French Regiment. Let's put this on normal speed. And then we've got a unit of Yarikachi, and then Chikaruchi has also got his general's bodyguard right there. Over here on the left flank, we've got Groin Baggage. He's brought a unit of Shogun Guard Infantry. These guys are the same as my Imperial Infantry guys that you've seen in the last battle, except that they work for the Shogunate, so they have the same exact stats. He's brought 2, 3, he's brought 3 of those, and he's brought a veteran unit of Imperial Guard Infantry. These guys definitely pack a punch. He's also got his general back here, Groin Baggage. You can see him right there. And then it looks like he's got a cannon unit in the back, he's got a unit of Spear Levy defending them, and he's got a unit of the hard nipple cannons. Hard nipple cannons, jeez. Of Armstrong guns. These guys have 77 reload skill, 57 accuracy. These guys really pack a punch. Those guys will be pouring fire. And then on his left flank, he's got a unit of Shogunate Guard Cavalry hiding in the woods. These guys are really strong, 30 charge bonus, 16 melee attack, 6 melee defense. These guys will really pack a punch on the enemy. Alright, so the enemy immediately is going to start running over to the left flank. It seems they're going to try to take the center or go for Khan. We'll see what happens here. They really want that archery dojo to increase their reload rate of their units. Let's start with their armies now while they're doing this. So over on the right side, we've got Fable. He's got a unit of Infantry and Marine, very heavily upgraded. He's got a unit of Black Bear Infantry back here. He's got Yariki, 2 units of Yariki. Let's see, he's got 2 units of Black Bear Infantry, 2 more units of Black Bear Infantry on his front. So he's brought all muskets and 1 spear, and yeah. Let's see, over on the left side, we've got XYPMA4. He's got a unit of Kitai. These guys are veteran, these guys are elite units, so they actually encourage nearby units and increase their morale, so this is a pretty interesting unit to bring to battle. I haven't seen them brought very often. He's got a unit of Red Bear Infantry right here, of Azure Dragon Force. These guys are called the Cone Heads in my book. Let's see, he's got another unit of Azure Dragon Force. Some more, wait no, is that the same unit of Kitai? Yeah. And he's got a unit, yeah, he's brought all Azure Dragon Force. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of 5 units of White Bear Infantry, 1 unit of Black Bear Infantry. This guy's got a really heavy musket unit. He's definitely going to be pouring some fire down. And then in the back, we've got a unit of Armstrong guns. These things are Vet 7 with 600 range, so these guys are going to be really packing a punch. Okay, so on with the battle. Over on the left flank, it looks like Chikai has started firing. I'm not sure what they're shooting at yet, though. It seems they spotted something and they fired at it. I'm guessing that's a replay glitch. See, the thing I really do, CA really needs to fix with this game is that the replays are really bugged. For some reason, like you saw there that those units were definitely firing at something. Well, it looks like there was some cav, which I might have missed that, but even still, regardless of the point, there have been many points where a game has been bugged. Alright, so our opponents over here are going to be taking a defensive position on the right to defend against these two, to defend against Chikara Kai and Groin Baggage. Groin Baggage is going to be pulling up his Armstrong cannons to get into a better position. And just going to leave his Spear Levy back there. I'm sure that's a mistake, though. And these guys, I don't know what they're doing exactly. They have prompted themselves to get surrounded. You can see they're going to make a defensive position in the circle, which has some nice woodland area around here, so it's not too bad. But you can see they've gotten surrounded. I don't really understand what they're doing. That Armstrong cannon really packs a punch. You can see they're focus firing his Spear Levy, though. He might be shooting at Magicon's Attila the Khan general, though, but we'll find out later. So the enemy's going to reshift here. It looks like they're moving out. Alright, oh, they are. Alright, so the enemy's going to be triple teaming Magicon. They're going to see if they can punch through his lines, and they're going to try to break through out of the surrounding maneuver. I think it was a really awful idea that the enemy got themselves surrounded in the first place. They should have stretched out their lines, I believe, and just got down the lines and supported each other, but that's their choice. So Magicon's got a pretty decent position. He's got some units in the woods, and he's got this place pretty locked down. So he's ready for a fight here. He's also got 2 units of Black Bear and a 0 Dragon Force in reserve for wherever he needs them to replace his lines. And then you can see his cav has slowly moved around the right flank, and they are poised to strike. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have the initial shots off of the battle here in a moment, once everyone gets situated. And the Armstrong cannons are going to launch another shot. They're going to be trying to hit Attila the Khan, but luckily Attila the Khan is in the woods, and he is a general's unit with only 10 men, so it's going to be very difficult to hit that, even with an Armstrong gun. Alright, so the enemy's going to be pushing up. Let's see, Attila the Khan is going, Machacon's going to be launching the first volley it sees here. So there, oh, did his general get hit there? Oh, his general did get hit. You can see there that his units are going to be starting to pour down the fire on the left flank. And this is where the first initial engagement is going to begin. The Azure Dragon Force is launching some hits. Kaboom! That was a very strong sounding volley there. It looks like the enemy's losing a lot of units already. The Azure Dragon Forces over here are definitely going to be taken down pretty soon. These guys cannot stand toe-to-toe with Machacon's troops. They will not last very long. You can see that this Azure Dragon Force is already shaken. Those guys are not going to last very long. Over on the right flank also, these White Bear Infantry, though they are downhill, so they cannot fire, and that's a mistake on the opponent. And then it looks like they are going to be triple teamed. You can see Machacon's getting attacked by 2 opponents at the same time. The enemy in blue is going to be trying to hold off the enemy, and you can see his units going to be revealed, and they're going to be pushing onward towards Machacon as well. So this is why Machacon has brought reserve units. You can see he's pushing some Spear Kachi, some Spear Levy over to his right flank to go take out these guys, and he's going to use him as a support unit for his cav. And whilst this is happening, his units that are currently in the woods, these guys are in the woods, perfect. Units that are in the woods, guys, will take very much less casualties than if they were out of the woods. You can see they've lost 2 men, and they've dealt 25 casualties to this 1 unit of Black Bear Infantry. That's perfect by Magicon. Perfect position. He's got a really good position. He's got these guys right where he wants them. Okay, and this is the point of having reserve units. You can see here Magicon's going to be pushing units to his flanks now to defend against any more units that are coming about. And then over on his right flank, Magicon has won the cav fight, so he does not have to worry about any fast attacks on his flanks. And now White Bear Infantry is going to be pushing up. The enemies overlap their units, so these guys are not going to be shooting effectively at all. You can see that the enemy, they're trying to spread out, but they're really disorganized. And the unit in blue has now mixed up his troops and is now going to get attacked by Magicon. It looks like he has brought Carbine Cavalry only and his cannons. That's a very strange build. But in the back now, you've got, let's see, we've got Chikara Kai, and we've got Groin Baggage coming straight up the front. And these guys are trapped as whatever. I can't even think of a word to describe it. These guys are just trapped. These guys are going to get massacred, to be honest. I can already see it coming. So Magicon's holding down 3 opponents with just his 1 full army force. You can see he's only lost 1 entire unit so far. Or actually, no, he's lost 2. Alright, so we're going to have some pretty efficient firing here. These Black Bear Infantry are really getting hit, though. So these guys are taking a huge pounding. They're getting focused fire by this defensive line. The one thing is that these guys have... If this was one-on-one and Magicon was fighting all 3 of these guys, he would definitely lose this battle in due time, I believe, because the enemy has so many replacement forces they can add, is that they're not going to be able to last from the fire. You can see that his general has now taken 4 casualties, so he needs to pull out of there. Magicon's Azure Dragon Force is falling back on the flank, and now here comes some Carbine Cavalry. Magicon's just getting butchered here now. But no fear, you can see Chikai and also Groin Baggage are pushing up behind. They are coming up. Magicon's going to push the Spear Levy in to launch a final charge. They're not going to make it. But you can see he's now pushing his troops back on the left side, and these guys are surrounded. Magicon's dealt a huge blow to these guys. I mean, just with his 1 force, he's managed to rout at least half of Fabled's troops, excuse me. And PM4 is really taking a huge pounding from him. So, and now they're going to have to fight the forces of Chikaratai and Groin Baggage. So Chikaratai is going to charge in as Yari Kai right here to max up this Black Bear Infantry. Those Black Bear Infantry do not stand a chance against his units. Groin Baggage now has got his Shogun Guard Infantry ready in position. Here we go. Kaboom. Let's take a look at some of this firing. You see he's going to massacre that 1 unit of Black Bear Infantry. Those guys are gone. And now Chikaratai is pushing his cav on the right flank to defend Magicon's remaining forces to get him out of there. And now we have a large defensive line here, and this is where the main part of the battle is going to begin. Or, well, excuse me, not the main part. Where the final part of the battle is going to begin. Okay, so the Shogun Guard Infantry, these guys are just picking off any of the stragglers. The enemy is repositioning in the woods now. And let's see, Chikara Tai's units are pushing in, mopping up these Carbine Cav, so they're going to try to just go for these Carbine Cav, get Pip-Boy out of the game. Because Pip-Boy, it seems, had just brought Carbine Cav and that unit of Armstrong guns. I do not know why. I mean, he may have... I did notice some troops in the woods. I think you can see there's some dead men here. So maybe he had some troops in the woods as well. Because I do see a large amount of dead people right here. I guess he had some Katana Kachi. But over here, his troops are going to get massacred. This enemy Cav unit's going to come straight behind these guys. While this is all happening, you can see that these forces are just going to completely massacre these guys. Chikara Tai and Grim Baggage are going to be just destroying these guys. Chikara's setting in his Yarikachi now, which these guys are going to get in there. These guys are tired, but they are going to make it. These two units are going to make it unscathed, it seems. They're all focus firing that one unit there. And here we go. Those guys are going to get massacred. This Black Infantry is down. And now Grim Baggage's units are holding fire because they are down a slope. You guys can see right here that Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai does a very good job of factoring terrain into firing, because you can see here because of this one slope, these guys cannot shoot. Only this unit, because they can actually see the enemy. Grim Baggage is going to see this though. He's going to push up in a minute and reposition his guys. Chikara is slowly wheeling around the right flank, and Magicon is bringing up his remaining forces up as well. It looks like Grim Baggage's cannon is also starting to fire, and these Yarikachi are doing a pretty good job of tying up these guys for the enemy. I think that Grim Baggage and Chikara, though, need to take advantage of this and push inward before these units become repositioned. Because this unit of these Yarikachi are not going to last this fight much longer, because they are getting poured fire upon and fighting two units at the same time. Look at that guy getting impaled right there. Oh, that was great. Nothing like some good violence. Alright, over in the left flank, this Infantry Marine is going to start firing, and it's in a wooded position. These guys are going to really mess up Chikara Tai's Black Marine Infantry. Alright, over here, this Infantry Marine. Chikara Tai has got his own unit of Infantry Marine on the right, pouring some fire into these troops. Alright, so it looks like the enemy's left flank has now broken. Grim Baggage is pushing up his troops here, and he's having some difficulty dealing with the enemy. But Magicon now has his Black Infantry, which he can move in reserve, and these guys are going to start pouring fire from behind Grim Baggage's men. So these guys are outgunned, and you can see that this unit's flank, their center and their left flank is breaking. The only unit left is this White Infantry unit, and they're not even firing. This game is definitely in the bag of Grim Baggage, Chikara Tai, and Magicon. So, let's see. Alright, so they're going to be... Now it's just kind of a cleanup crew effect. You can see they're going to be pushing their troops up, going for this Azure Dragon Force, and it looks like the enemy did leave here, or they must have surrendered here. Either way, great game to Magicon, Chikara Tai, and Grim Baggage. Hope you guys enjoyed this Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai 3-3. See you guys again later.